I printed 2 of these and I flipped the other one over and I taped them together so I don't actually have to cut on the fold with this vinyl because it's unruly and a little stiff under the pattern piece. So for this one, I'm doing it this way. Okay, now I'm using my seam ripper to poke through the magnetic snap marking on the pattern piece into the vinyl. And then I'm going to take my pencil and I'm going to fill in that little hole that I made so that I get the marking of the magnetic snap on the back of my vinyl piece. And I'm going to do that for all 4 corners. Okay, now I'm just going to make sure to mark my centers on the tops of both exterior pieces. Okay, and now I'm going to use the magnetic snap washer to mark the little slits on either side of my magnetic snap dot that I made on all 4 sides again. Centers are marked. And now I'm cutting out my exterior flat piece, and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm tracing it, but then I'm also going to take the opportunity while I have the piece right here to mark the center of the top, and also to use my seam ripper to poke into that magnetic snap marking and darken it onto the back of the vinyl as well. And then I'll also use the magnetic washer, just like I did with the other pieces, to mark the 2 cutting slits on either side of the dot. For the top handle piece, just like I did with my exterior pieces, I'm not cutting on the fold. I'm just tracing two of them side by side and cutting it that way because this vinyl is so unruly and so stiff, it's hard to fold it. Hey, by now you probably know the drill. We're tracing this piece twice, the exterior closure piece, but we are also going to mark the magnetic snap marking while we're here, and the cut line on the one side, the same side with the magnetic snap marking, will also have the cut line traced. Now's the time to add any bling to the front if you want to. I'm adding my label. Tracing and cutting the two interior main pieces now, and I'm going to mark the center of the top of each of those as well. Okay, I'm cutting out my interior pocket piece now. And to make life easier now for the marking of the zipper placement, I'm cutting out the rectangle in the pocket piece, and I'm going to use that as a template to draw on my zipper. Okay, so I folded I'm folding the interior pocket piece in half lengthwise to find the center of it, and I did the same thing for my exterior piece, and now I'm lining up those two fold lines so that my pocket piece is centered, and the top of the pocket piece is about a ½ inch down from the top of the exterior piece, and I'm pinning them in place. That's just to get the lining prepped for later. I'm just going to do this and set this aside. Okay, I'm tracing and cutting the lining flap, and the only thing I need to do on this one is to remember to mark the center before I move on. I'm just folding it to mark the top center, and then we're finished with this piece. Okay, I am now cutting out the stabilizer piece, and I'll use this to also get some scrap stabilizer pieces for my magnetic snaps. And then we will be finished with the cutting portion of this pattern.